Alright everyone, hope you all are doing well. It's been a long while that I have a MAONO headphone on my Amazon cart, but I never ordered that one because my previous one is still running pretty good. But I see that 50mm driver on that headphone is having pretty good bass. Audio quality for the price is almost like studio quality. Recently they mailed me, I shocked. They mailed me about one of their product to review on my channel. That's the MAONO microphone. This is the MAONO AU-903. This is cardioid and also omnidirectional. That means the audio quality it can pick up is amazing if it's facing to your audio source. First of all, we're gonna unbox this. We're gonna look about this thing. It could be your one of the best microphone if you're doing something like podcast, or maybe you're doing gaming. And I've been thinking about podcasting a little while. I never could do that, but because I'm busy with all these things, Anyway, we're gonna go inside. We're gonna look about these things. After that, we're gonna compare with this with some of my other microphones, even with the MacBook Pro. Anyway, here it comes with the box, and you have to agree that it's a pretty big package and it's pretty hard to manage. Anyway, I just got a little bit of space to do the things. Whatever, let's go inside and let's check. We have a lot of information outside. This omnidirectional system works like it's gonna pick the audio only from the front and a little bit from the both side, but the back is like no, almost zero. That's perfect. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, so nice experience. You see inside there's a big cushion, user manual, you have all the information inside, but I don't really need all the information. I can just try it myself. Okay, silica gel, not really useful, but something expensive because this thing is made out of metal, all made out of metal. Okay, we have to get this thing out of the box. Yeah, this is heavy. If you want to understand if a product is perfectly amazing or not, you can just understand by the weight a little bit, because if the product is a little heavier, most of the case the thing has been made with some good quality materials. The first one you see, this is the audio control, how much of a audio input or the gain you want, and the next one is the audio monitoring. You have both of the plugs at the back. The first one here you can see, this is the audio monitoring. This is for the headphone and this is for the connection with the computer. This is the USB-C. That's perfect, amazing, because all the cables I have right now is USB-C. So this is our front side. So this is the side we're going to use for input source, but this side we're not going to use the back side for the input source, because that side is out of the audio capture side. So if you want, you can just unscrew all of that thing and take it out and put it on a boom mic, since I don't really need a boom mic because I have enough space on my table to put it maybe aside of some places. It feels pretty light. This can be used for the home, office, podcast, everything you want, because this is having almost everything you really need. Have a close look. I really like to have a close look of the product when I have on my hand, or when I'm watching some videos, I really have to have a close look to the product so that I can feel the product properly. One thing I have to complain about, that is why they don't have a Type-C to Type-C cable, because usually the newer Macs are not having USB cables. You see, this is the USB input, so I have to use a dongle in order to connect this thing to my Mac. Some of you guys commented about this product. I haven't reviewed this one, and this is amazing and inexpensive for your Mac. So for audio monitoring, I'm gonna use my headphone. I forgot to tell you one thing. When you just tap on this one, it's gonna mute and unmute. If you tap on this one right now, it's muted, it's not gonna recording anything. If you just turn it on, it's unmute 50%, and you're being very close to the mic, like 50% and pretty close. Right now the audio you're listening is coming from the M1 MacBook Pro, which should have a studio quality microphone. The audio you're listening is coming from the MAONO AU-903, which is supposed to have a studio quality microphone. Now the audio you're listening is coming directly from my Sony a6400. Now the audio you're listening is coming from my iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is supposed to have a pretty good microphone. Okay, so that was the basic comparison. If I want, I can also show you guys using this microphone. This is the Boya M1, very famous in terms of vlogging YouTubers. Maybe some other days, not right now. Okay, so this is the setup you can do, but you have to be pretty close. Like, still, I think the microphone is pretty far away from me. Here you can see the tip of the microphone, but it's still pretty far away. You have to be pretty close, like this much of a close is perfectly fine. Whenever the podcast people talks, they comes pretty close, because if you want to give a vibe, then you have to come close to talk. Whenever you talk, people can listen from the ear, they can feel your audio, so that's how you can talk. But if you go just a little far away, like right now what I'm talking right now, it feels like normal audio, honestly. But the more you come close, the more it feels interesting. You see, most of the people talking on the internet or even on the YouTube, they just really prefer to have the microphone close to them, because the closer the microphone, the more you can make people feel listen to your audio. On top of that, there is a guy right now cooking at my house, but I cannot listen his cooking noises because he's also running the exhaust fan, but I cannot listen. Those are the tests right now, but I have to tell you something, this sounds gorgeous. I never heard something like this. I was supposed to buy the Blue Yeti. When you have this kind of audio, people are gonna listen and they're gonna feel your sound. If you guys enjoyed the video, that's perfect, that's amazing, and thank you MAONO for sponsoring the video. I really appreciate your sponsoring. Having a microphone at my desk makes it much easier. Right now I just record the audio out of my camera sometime. I don't really like to bother my audio with some other products. Sometimes even I use my iPhone to record the audio, but it feels a little weird sometimes. But since I have the mic, I can just put it on my desk and use the computer to record the audio. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. Listening to my own audio, I never find my own audio is that good. And it could be that good. I never felt like that because all over the time I have been recording through my different products and it's nothing like this.